Addy through text. What's next? Party a little more, don't stress. So I made a new dance. I stumbled on the steps, going party all night, no sleep, no rest. Met you through the keys like a xylophone. You would hit the bathroom when the vibe was gone. Tattooed on my mind, I can't get you off it. My bro had brought the gas, so why not spark it? Moved from the Bay to LA, you need space. Came to the bar to have fun, feel great. It's a celebration for the real bro. Just got home, so we don't know. Chill, fell down, see your hands up. We gon' dance till we can't stop. Friend blabbing about a Tesla. I ain't tryna hear a TED talk. We get dirty, then we rinse off. Share 7 digits to the next spot. Then we take love till your legs lock. Laser focus, no red dot. We don't wanna stop, so you ask. Put that thing on, get fresh. Move it to the spot, get rest. Meet a couple girls, grab a check, and we ball all night, talking full court press. Send a new Eddie through test. Party a little more, don't stress. So I made a new dance. I stumbled on the steps, going party all night, no sleep, no rest. What's next? Yeah, yeah, what's next? Party all night, no sleep, no rest. What's next? Yeah, yeah, what's next? Met her through the phone like a dial tone. She had heard a couple songs, started singing along. Tattooed on her rib was a quote from Common. I told her let's to a place that's poppin'. Moved from the south to NoHo with kinfolk. Got a mix like gumbo, I taste so. It's a celebration for the real. And everybody here who survived last year fell down to your hands up. Now we rollin' till we can't stop. Got wrapped in my lasso, but we ain't tryna hear a TED talk. We get dirty, then we rinse off. Share a couple liquids, then we drift off. Say you can't move cause your legs lock. Laser focus, no red dot. We don't wanna stop, so you ask. Put that thing on, get fresh. Move it to the spot, get rest. Meet a couple girls, grab a check, and we ball all night, talking full court press. Send a new Eddie through test. Party a little more, don't stress. So I made a new dance. I stumbled on the steps, going party all night, no sleep, no rest. What's next? Yeah, yeah, what's next? Party all night, no sleep, no rest. What's next? Yeah, yeah, what's next?
Someone told me music is supposed to be made with people, like, you know, so collaboration is definitely dope.
Alright, 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 alright. It's birthday time. Yeah. We're here today to Jagger. You absolute legend. Thanks for the resub, man. Really appreciate it. And I can hear myself in the background. Hold on. There we go. Alright, excellent. Thanks for the happy birthday wishes, man. I really appreciate it. Technically speaking, it was 2 days ago. But 2 days ago, I was not here and I was sick. So we're doing it today. We're pretending today's my birthday. Because I very much had the plan of streaming on my birthday, like later in the evening. But being sick was not fun. So now we're here. Now we're better. Well, better, you know. Yeah, so we're here to celebrate. And I'm looking forward to it because I've got some cool things planned. Mostly, we got feedback on the 2 different prototypes that we have, right? So the one for the memory platformer and the other one for the Saving the Adventurer prototype that we built in like 5 hours, I think. And one is good and one is bad. So we'll see what is what. We'll discuss the feedback, we'll design new things, and we'll get started. Also, we're just, you know, hanging out, listening to some music, and having a great time coding for a long time, and then finding one bug, and then just falling apart. Everything falling apart at that point. So for anyone that's new here, I'd love to welcome you. A bad prototype? You don't say. This is highly unusual. Yeah, so for the new people here, welcome. I'm a little crazy, and I'm Chris, so welcome. I do game development content, so yeah, let's dive into it. If you have any questions at all, feel free to just ask away. I'm happy to answer everything. Every single question in life, I'm happy to answer. I've got the answers to everything. All right, so switching screens like that, very cool. And I think we're gonna skip this song because that's not the kind of bop I'm looking for. I'm looking for the birthday shit, you know. So not the slow stuff. Yeah, this is sounding a bit better already. I hope. Let's see if this has a bop. All right, so we've got a few things. Let's see. Which one are we doing first? Okay. We'll do the bad one first. Because I think that one's the most insightful one. I think I have the feeling that's the most insightful one. All right. So as you might have guessed, because I'm taking so long about it, the one that got pretty destructive feedback is the memory platformer one. Because there we go. Because people did not really like the way that it now works. Why is that? Let me just adjust this light a little bit. There we go. That should give it a little... It's also like 30 degrees right now, so, you know, there's that. Yes, so people did not like it very much because... Can I zoom in on this? I can. So first some small stuff, right? So stuff like pillars obstruct the shadow of new upcoming pillars, right? So you can't really anticipate anymore. Apparently there's a bug in there which causes the platforms to not appear on time anymore, right? So that is really destructive. Character cannot move sideways fast enough to avoid certain traps. That's a pretty easy fix. The change towards a time trial speed mode is nice, so that was big up, right? That was good. Reveal this amount would be large enough, easy fix. The pillars allow players to slip between them, right? Which completely obliterates their purpose, but also easy fix. Now, this is a destructive one. All three of these, right? So I'm not thinking about memory at all anymore. Instead, just focusing purely on speed, right? Negative reinforcement of being slowed down when making mistakes doesn't feel very nice, right? Makes sense. A negative feedback loop. And if this game was like sessions of 5 minutes, then it could suffice, like, let's say 3 hours of content. But if you're looking at like 5-minute sessions, we're talking a mobile game, right? And that's like on the high end of mobile games, but we're talking essentially a mobile game. So Now, granted, all of these problems can be fixed, right? Of course they can be. I'm just wondering if it's worth it to put more time into it now, at this moment, when we take a look at the feedback we got on the new prototype we did, right? Because if you take a look at that, it's pretty good. It's pretty solid for a first prototype. So currently missing a challenging puzzle. That's only positive feedback, because that means we're achieving a puzzle, right? That's like great. Now here's a suggestion from someone that said, what I think would be fun, a top-down game where you manage your ghost dude and can only do so much at the same time, even managing multiple ghosts at the same time, right? So this is kind of like a totally different prototype in a way. But still cool that they kind of like see this twist on it, right? Because whilst we were prototyping, we were very much looking at, okay, do we want to go first person or third person, like a bird's eye view kind of thing? And we decided for first person because we were prototyping and just needed to pick something. So, but you know, there is an option there. And then additionally, do I want to focus on the chaos of managing the different traps, or do I want to do I want people to solve the puzzle for the adventure, right? So that is, again, two different core gameplay loops that we could look into. And I thought this question was really, really excellent. It came from one of my dear friends. Is your position in space the resource, or is something else the resource allowing you to disable and enable traps? Right? And I think that's something we need to take into account when we start designing in a second. And then they also said, check out Orcs Must Die for further references of the opposite, where something else is the resource, right? And so I think we're going to do that today as well. So let me just open up Steam, and actually it might be on the Game Pass, so let's check out if it's on the Game Pass or not. But yeah, that is essentially the feedback that we got. And so now it is up to us as a group of people to determine which prototype do we want to focus on, right? What are we thinking? What is everyone thinking? Orcs Must Die is not installed in Game Pass. Okay, cool. I know it's on the Steam store. Right, it's the third one. Is not too expensive. Okay. Yeah, so what are we thinking? Which prototype do we think we should focus on for today? Because it's my birthday and I don't really care. I just want to have fun. I just want to develop stuff. Also, I just said it's my birthday as if there's not like a huge fucking birthday hat on top of my head. So, you know, I think it's relatively obvious that I'm not walking around like this on a daily basis. At least I hope that's obvious. I hope that is. Alright, let me get Orcs Must Die real quick. We'll go for this. Alright, this is all correct. Let's pay for this, shall we? Alright. Also, I don't mind this bop at all. This is pretty good. I'd like it to be a little more upbeat, but, you know, this is still pretty good. This is still pretty okay. It's chill enough for a good dev session, but hype enough for a birthday, I think. I don't know. What do I know? I've only had 24 of them. Alright, cool. Payment should have worked. Very cool. I see more open road and trap management traveler game that needs a short name. Yeah. Same here. Same here. I think for the memory platformer, I think there's definitely something there, but I don't think we're in the right direction as it is right now. And so we'd have to step back, I think, 2 or 3 iterations and try to go from there again. And I think that would just be, also from a technical perspective, super destructive. And something that'd be like, we would just spend a whole session just going back that many steps, right? So, you know, there's that. But okay. All right, we're doing Saving the Adventurer, which just needs a much better name. It needs a much, much better name. Alright, so in the meantime, let me install Earth Must Die 3. Because then we'll start there. Because I'm very much curious about... or is it something else? Or is it something else? The resource allowing you to disable enable traps? Because I know another reference for this. If we check out Call of Duty, Black Ops 2 Zombies, Ghost. No, what it was called again? It was called Mom of the Dead Ghost. And we go into pictures. So I know. Let me find the right picture. I don't think it'll have a picture of like in action. Well, I mean, this kind of works. So basically, yeah, this kind of works actually really well. Or to kill monitors by allowing a character to build that could not win a single level. Ah, okay. All right, I'm curious to see about that. So in this case, and obviously it's a very different kind of game, but in your afterlife mode, which you can enter in multiple different ways, but once you're in your afterlife mode, you can only stay in it for so long, and that's shown here by the progress bar, right? The progress bar that's actually depleting rather than filling up. And so I think that's what they're aiming at when they say, all right, is it something else that that is allowing you to disable and enable traps? Because also in this case, you can use your time, your resource, to enable generators, to open up doors, to revive players, etc., right? So, yeah, there is a... I think I know what they're going for, but I'm curious to see the actual example. And I think, let me see, it's halfway done, so we'll just wait a few more minutes. So in the meantime, what we'll do is we will go here. And we'll make a design folder. Design. And in that design folder, we need to determine, based on a... where is it? Draw.io. Here we go. Based on this, we need to determine what our core gameplay loop is going to be. Create, please. Oh no, I don't want it as an XML file. Actually, this should be fine. I'll save it somewhere. Let's see. So we need to go into new folder. Oh man, I can't believe we're making a whole new game. Saving the adventure. We could just call it Saving Dave, but I don't know if that's too random. It's probably not the best option. Because I'm thinking of like giving it almost like a Scooby-Doo type vibe, right? Something that doesn't take itself too seriously, but something that is still just a lot of fun to play, potentially even with multiple people. And yes, I know, if we're gonna do multiplayer, we should take it into account from the very start. But man, I'm just not feeling that, okay? I'm just so not feeling that. So we're just gonna start out with multiplayer. And then if we get all the way to the point where... sorry, we're going to start with single player, not multiplayer. We're going to start out with single player. And if we get all the way to the point where this game is a huge success, then we'll spend money to hire other people to make it multiplayer. Because that just seems way more efficient, if you ask me. Core gameplay loop. Alright, so we've got that open. Very cool. And we have... where is it? We have Orcs Must Die 3 right here. So let's do that. Orcs Must Die 3 research. Oops, there we go. Alright. Do I consent? Yeah, sure. Alright. What are the options? Languages will fine. Closed captions. No, it should be alright. Also, I need to quickly do this. There we go. Alright, so. Play. Old Friends main campaign. Sure. And we'll just do a normal difficulty. We'll play solo. Alright, let's have a look, shall we?
Maximilian is gone. No one knows where he is.
Let's pause the music at the same time. Alright, no one knows where he is.
Children. Born with the ability to use rift magic, Egan had no idea how powerful he was. Kelsey was the most studious novice in the Order, but she lacked control.
Christ. Okay.
I had to test their capabilities.
Ugh.
A real ogre would have eaten you by now.
Sorry, sorceress.
You will wish for that fate before long.
Think he's ever coming back?
Wow.
I feel like I'm missing a whole lot of lore here. Holy shit! No need to burn the guy. Jesus. It's like you're allergic to saying smart stuff. My god, Kelsey. Jesus. We are gonna go for Kelsey though, because
Can't wait. Let's do it.
that is a vibe that I can relate to. Alright. Oh, I hate this tutorial though. What is this? 2004? What the hell? So I've got currency. Placing traps spends this. Get more by killing enemies. Loadout bar. Select different traps and weapons. Okay. Objective. Enemies through the rift reduces rift points. If it reaches 0, you lose. Right, so it's a tower defense game. Do you want help with the basics? Yeah, sure. Okay. Loadout bar. Yep, I've seen this. I've done all this. Trap placement is critical. Trap selection. Trap placement. Look at a surface and place it. Movement abilities. Here's how secondary movement abilities. This is such a shit tutorial. Hey, Porridge. How you doing, mate? How are you today? This is such a bad tutorial. Holy balls. And this is the third game in this series. Who made this? Who's the developer of Orcs Must Die? Let's find out. It is Robert. Okay, I don't know them. But if they've made 3 games that are widely successful, they should learn how to make tutorials. It's good to hear you good, buddy. Thanks so much for joining in. Are you working on anything at the moment? So we're currently looking into Orcs Must Die 3 for our new prototype, which is about being a guardian angel of sorts. My hat is falling off. A guardian angel of sorts that is saving adventurers who are going into like a haunted mansion and who shouldn't die. And so the guardian angel needs to save them, basically. And you're the guardian angel. So that's the idea. Thanks for the happy birthday wish. Really appreciate it. So yeah, so we're looking into this because we got some feedback on the prototype that we need to determine what is our resource. Is it our position in space, or is it something else, like a currency, or like, you know, something else? So yeah, so that's what we're looking into today, or right now. We're gonna actually do some development work later on as well, if my hat keeps on sitting in a normal place. Come on, there we go. Are you up to anything? Are you developing anything? Weapons have secondary abilities. I'm sure they do. Well.
Okay, that is definitely not an order rift.
Okay. B, choose your defenses. G, unleash the horde. Do you want help with inventory? No, I'll be alright. So I got both of these and that, so that's fine then.
Now, let's try out these
Okay, so it's grid based, and it spends money. Okay, so they're basically gonna come through here.
I love traps.
And if they don't, then we'll do this. Like that. And then we'll place one extra one right there. Okay, and now I can unleash the horde. G.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Alright. Yes, Rubes. Yes, I've been following him for a little while. He's so fucking good.
Enemies are preparing to breach one of our gates.
Yeah, no, Rubes is a really cool dude. I always really enjoy his content. Especially when he nearly got sued for remaking Simpsons Home Run. But now he's actually remaking it, like, with the permission of the original developer. Because they thought it was really cool. It was the publisher who was not a fan. Next wave in so many seconds. Okay. The traps feel really inconsequential. I'm not gonna lie. They don't feel very juicy at the moment. Alright, come on, buddies. Take my grenade. Yes. Nice. So basically the reset time is a big thing to think of when it comes to this stuff. Hey, late happy birthday in that case, buddy. Yeah, late happy birthday. That means our birthdays are super close together. Orcs 2 allowed me to start with those 2 traps you have and did not give me that blunderbuss. Oh, that seems rough. That seems really rough. I'm not gonna lie. There we go. Is this it? Just different traps at some point? Yours was not, mine's the 10th, so there you go. Yeah, the stream is 2 days late, right? So it's because I was sick on my actual birthday. So we're kind of recapping. We're recapping. So yeah. I mean, I like the movement. The movement's nice. It's very responsive. I have enough view from the camera, so that's all cool. The resource that I'm using, so like the ghost coins, whatever you want to call them. Nice. Okay, so there's gonna still come the same route, or are they gonna change route at some point? Wave 4 out of 4. Alright, come on then.
More enemies on the way.
There we go. Yeah, let's see. But I'm trying to learn C++. Yeah, that seems like a really great idea. If you can do your development straight up in C++, it might be a tiny bit slower for prototyping, but just in terms of cleanliness and efficiency of your prototypes and of your full games as well, it's going to be so much better. What the hell is this? Oh, okay. Easy, says Kelsey. Yeah, the gun feels a little inconsequential as well from time to time. The secondary ability is good. But I mean, that's kind of it. And it feels like I'm doing more damage than the traps. I'm not gonna lie. I hate the dance. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. This is no bueno. And it's very versatile. Not to mention I could just use BP for the prototype you shoot. Yes, yeah, I'll show you the prototype. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I'm definitely gonna refund this game. That's for sure. But gravity pillar. Lifts enemies up in the air depending on their weight and drops them. Okay. That sounds cool, I guess. So go back to campaign. Go out. Come on. There we go. Alright, so prototype time, right? And then in a second we'll quickly dive into the design. And we'll take the lessons we just learned from Orcs Must Die 3. Yeah, it's a really yardstick, absolutely, 100%. And I mean, you know, because I see the conversation happening all the time on Reddit, and it's super annoying. Where people say like, "Oh, I already know a bit of JavaScript, and you know, I should learn it or whatever." Or I want to use it to make a game, and there's like people ridiculing this person because they're using JavaScript. I mean, first off, these people should stop being dickheads. Let's be real. But second off, if you already know a different language and it's useful for games and you don't want to put the time into make it and learning a new language, then by all means, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But yeah, if you don't know any language yet, or you're happy to spend time on learning a new language, C++ is just, it's going to get you there. And unless you specifically have a studio that's working with either Unity or an in-house C# engine or a JavaScript engine, if that is even used, then of course, you know, that's going to be a little tough. But out of experience, I'm happy to say that a large majority of studios will use C++ or Unreal for that matter. So, yeah, it's a great choice. It's a great choice, definitely. It's definitely something AAA studios are looking for, that's for sure. Right, so this prototype. Right, if you already know a moderate amount of C#, that's even better because it means you already understand the basic concept. It's going to make learning C++ quite a bit easier. So the basic concept here is that you have this adventurer. This adventurer is going to traverse through things. you need to make sure that they don't horribly die. Like that. Right? That's the gameplay loop. That's it. Now, specifically, my AI is incredibly dumb and will get stuck like this. Right? Come on, buddy. Yeah, and I can't collide with him either, so I don't know why I just tried to do that. Anyway, but I, as the player, can chop through the tripwires, which means that the trap no longer activates, right? Because now the adventure can go through. But oh no, what if there's a different kind of trap that is activated by a pressure plate? Let's activate the pressure plate before they get through. Haha. We've saved them. Oh no, there's even a different version of it. Haha, we've saved them again. Let's get ahead of ourselves and... No, don't die. Ah, shit, we just ran out of time. But anyway, that's the base concept here. Which is really just about, yeah, saving your adventure. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. If it doesn't, I might very well be suffering from a heat stroke. Who knows? All right. So, okay. So the feedback we got was currently missing a challenging puzzle. The proposed solution for this is create a more challenging puzzle. Right? That's the solution. Yeah, that's the solution. So what I think could be fun. So this is a great suggestion. This particular point of feedback. Great suggestion. Currently not exploring it yet, because this is completely different based on what we have right now. But could still be a lot of fun. Do I want to focus on the chaos of managing different traps, or do I want people to solve the puzzle for the adventurer? Now, I think I want the former. Right? I think I want the former. Why am I using forms? What do you mean? Oh, you mean Google Sheets? Do I want to focus on the chaos? Yeah, so I think I definitely want to focus on the chaos of managing different traps. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes. So why am I using Sheets? Don't know. I don't use it in my job day to day because I use Excel for that. But for my personal prototyping ventures, it's nice to have everything on the drive so I can access it from my phone as well when I need it too. So that's kind of why I use forms. Not forms, Sheets. Yeah, Sheets. So let's focus on the chaos of saving the adventurer from different traps. Like Milanote. Yeah, so for my general notes, I use either Notion or I use Confluence. But again, Confluence mostly for professional day job stuff, and Notion just for general stuff. But anything that, well, I guess technically speaking, this is just text. This isn't formulas. Shit. Damn it. Yeah. Suppose you're right. You got me there. We could use Notion for this. We could use Notion for all of it, to be fair, because Notion's also on the cloud. Yeah, no, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But you are kind of right. Yeah, you are definitely right. No, that's totally okay. I appreciate the heads up. Yeah, I am gonna change it. Yeah. I am definitely gonna change it. Just not right now, because that'd be world's most boring stream, I think. Speaking of which, let's put the music back on. So yes, I will change it. Thanks for the heads up. I appreciate it. Is your position in space the resource, or is something else the resource allowing you to disable and enable traps? So this is the thing, right? this is the thing about Orcs Must Die 3. If we take a look at Orcs Must Die 3 using a resource to enable disable traps, we can see what can we see? We can see that it is quickly very limiting in a not very fun way. At least I think so, right? That's what I think. Yeah, fire all trap ideas into the chat. We're gonna write them all down, and we'll start making them. Let me turn on music a little bit. Yeah, because that's really the problem I was having with Orcs Must Die. The real trap was my blunderbuss. Like my blunderbuss was by far the main trap, really. Because I was not able to create a configuration of different traps that would do the work for me. And here's the thing. If I was able to do that, the game would be even less fun. Because then all of it's happening automatically, so there's no point for me to be there physically in the space. Right? That's kind of the idea. Yeah, then there's no point for me to be there. So that's even worse. But placing down 2 little traps is also not fun. So Orcs Must Die is it's got that 10-20 minute fun loop, I guess, maybe at most. And I suppose with friends it is definitely a lot more fun, right? With friends it'd be definitely more fun because you're probably just shitting on stuff. Thank you for the compliments on my hat. It is indeed, in fact, a very nice hat. Hold on. There we go. And I just realized that looked like I just tipped my hat to you, which I just did. So, yes, my hat's got tipped to you for the nice compliments. Thank you. Let's have a look. So, yeah, so Orcs Must Die 3, using a resource to enable disable traps. It's just to enable traps. It's not because disabling would mean selling the traps. And I didn't really do that because I didn't need to. I had a blunderbuss. So, I don't think Orcs Must Die 3 uses their resources really well. If you enjoy for half an hour, for an hour with your friends blasting at orcs, then by all means it's a great game. If you're looking for something thoughtful, this is not it. Like, thoughtfully designed, I mean, right? This is definitely not it. Yeah. So, let's not do that. So, so we decide to use our position in space as the resource. AKA, you can only be in one place at any time. But we could spice that up by the use of teleporters. Teleporters are always fun. So yeah. For this particular piece of feedback which said, check out Orcs Must Die. Orcs Must Die. I don't want to be too harsh. 5.5 out of 10. That's what it gets from me. Power-ups, yeah. Speed power-ups and stuff like that. Okay, so what I'll do... Notion time. I don't have Notion installed. Haha. It's on my laptop. Notion. Let's download it. Have I got an account? I do, and I think it's this one. It is. Nice. Oh yeah, let's go. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I can skip all of this. So let's add a page called archive. And inside of archive, we're just going to put these things here. There we go. And then we'll make another one called Saving Dave. We'll use that. This is a work in progress title. Work in progress title. Okay, and then actually, can I just download Notion, please? That would be super nice. I know it's got a desktop version. Open in Windows app. Come on. Give me the desktop app. Give me the desktop app. I'll get Windows app. There it is. Cool. Download for Windows. Keep. There we go. Alright, so, how old am I now? I'm 24. So I'm becoming a real boy. Alright. Man, I should have grabbed a tiny bit of alcohol. Just a tiny bit. Not because it's cooler, but because sometimes it's nice. Only tiny bits though. Alright, continue with the Google. Open Notion. There we go. Excellent. Custom music. So it's a little hard because right now I've got a system going that has like completely copyright free music. So yeah, I don't know if it's possible. Like you can always ask me to just skip to the next song, but I don't think there's a way to request music, or at least not music that's like copyright free anyway. So that is a little hard. Anyway, cool. So let us do this, and let us do trap ideas. We'll keep this nice and messy for the start, because we don't need a super worked out structure for our documentation just yet. For right now, all we need is just stuff on a page. So let's see, you were saying spike pit. You also said snake barrel. And you said flames firing. Oh, right. Oh, we can also do a flame pit. That's also very good. A room where the walls close in. So there's that. Then what else could we do? We could have a rolling boulder, because of course we need that. Well, the hat fell off. I looked very cool for a second. An acid bath. Yeah, let's make it an acid shower. I think that's a good way to go. All right. What else? What else do we need? A caged animal. Yeah. What would that caged animal be? Oh, we could make it like a bear. A caged bear. We could make it like a room that fills up with water. We're just jotting down every idea here. I'm not saying we're making all of them. I'm saying that this is definitely a list of good ideas. What other kind of traps do we want? What other kind of stuff? Some ridiculous things. You gotta get a freezer room that when the walls lock in, you gotta get them out. Yeah, so I think that's in the same line of the room fills up with water and the room where the walls close in. So let's actually put these here, like that. Room, a freezer room. The room that needs to be unlocked again. Massive fan. Yeah, I was thinking about a shredder or something. Massive fan. There we go. What else do we need? I think this is a fair amount of ideas. I think we can get started with this. All right, so we've got trap ideas. Very good. Then we also need a page for core gameplay loop. Now we already know some of this. And let me just check what all the commands did again. I don't think they have a. So what we'll do is we'll do a link to a page. We can link it to internal pages. Okay. So we need to figure out our core gameplay loop, and I think on here, like that, we have our starting points, which is a nice circle, called player starts game. Well, starts session, I should say, because game is too broad. Starts session. Buffs, debuffs, and powers. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah. So player starts session. What they do next. Let me just get this. Go in. There we go. Let's decrease size a little. Level is loaded. Oops. Can we decrease this in size? Yes, we can. Whoa, that's not cool. Let's do this differently. Let's instead do this. And then we'll do that. And then we'll grab a piece of text. We'll make this. Oops, no, not that one. We'll make the text a little larger. And say level is loaded. There we go. Okay. So saving and loading, we don't necessarily need to think about yet, because that's all game flow, and I'm just looking for the actions the player does, right? So only the stuff that the player is doing. The player locates the adventurer and understands where the adventurer is going to go. Right? That's the next thing that we want the player to do. That's like the first objective, right? Then once that's happened, we need the player to identify trap locations and requirements. Then, and this is where the loop comes in. Well, the next part is where the loop comes in. Disable traps along the path of the adventurer. And then we go over here. Let me just put this here. And then we basically repeat. I think that's the core gameplay loop. Right? So every time the player recognizes there's a trap and identifies the requirement for disabling that trap, they go, oh, actually, I'm one step ahead now that I think of it. This needs to be here, actually. Yeah, because I'm stupid. Like this. Yeah, find items required for disabling traps. Right, because now at this point, it requires the player to lose sight of their objective, to lose sight of the adventurer. And that is the trick, right? That is the idea. The player locates the adventurer and understands where the adventurer is going to go. They then identify trap locations along that path and their individual requirements. The player then goes ahead and finds items for disabling those traps, or tries to solve the puzzle of a particular trap. They then disable those traps along the path of the adventurer, and then they go back again to see if the adventurer is still going towards the same place, or maybe they've changed paths and are now going somewhere else, right? yeah. How do we feel about this? How do we feel about this core gameplay loop? I'm genuinely looking for your opinions. I actually don't need this either, because when the player starts a session, they're already in the level. That's what a session is described as. Yeah, how do we feel about this? Do we think this is sufficient? Do we think we're missing steps? Do we think there's too many steps? What are we feeling? Yeah. Yeah. I think we're just going to go with this, unless anyone has any specific feedback. I think this is just what we're going to go with. And then in the next prototype, we'll be able to see if this works or not. Right? Because that's our next step. Our next business type step is verifying the core gameplay loop. So let's do that. Let's make a picture of this. Let's put it in Notion. There we go. In steps, player chooses a level. Player loads into a level. Player needs to locate the adventurer and determine where they are going. We might even be able to do some cool voice acting for this prototype now that I'm thinking of it. And I'll quickly put that in here. The adventurer will say where they are going. This is going to require quite a bit of AI work, now that I think of it, but easy, right? Player identifies traps along the route of the player. Right, that's the idea. Player finds items or ways of disabling the traps. Player locates adventurer. Yeah. Go back to step 3. And repeat. There we go. That's our core gameplay loop. All right. So we've got that figured out. Let's make this a little smaller. There we go. So this means that we need another list. Actually, no, we don't. No, we don't. We can use Asana, which is a software. Yeah, fine. In which we can just put the tickets. I feel like that might be an idea. Just use it. Let's use a template. Oh, come on then. Let's make it a board, please. A name is required. Saving Dave. All right. Start adding tasks. Yes. Go to project. Here we go. Task 1. Let's delete task 1. All right. Task to add. Let's see. So we can skip those first 2 steps because those are not, it's not something that we need to worry about right now for the prototype. So what do we need to do? We need to, can I do this and this? Nope. Actually, I need Notion on that side. There we go. That works. Very good. Okay, so design a basic level in which the player needs to find the adventurer. Right? Yeah. Create AI functionality for the adventurer to only start moving once the player is within its vicinity. Right? This way we're making sure that whilst the player is looking around the level, that not the adventurer is already going, right? Because that's not what you want. No, that's not what you want. You want to make sure that they only start running once the player has found them, because else it's just not a nice experience. Cool. So that's that one. Create a route spline that can be placed in the level to indicate the route of the adventurer. Right? Like that. So that's something that we need to do that's important. Because then we have step 3 basically covered. Well, almost. Create voice lines for the adventurer to say where they are going. Okay? Implement AI functionality for playing the sound cues of where the adventurer is going. Okay? Then for step 4, we need... let's see, which trap will we do? We'll do the flame pit trap. That's something different, right? So, develop flame pit trap. There we go. So that's that one. Then, so this is just an extra trap that we can use for our design. Then what else? What else do we need? Create trap hints that allow the player to figure out what they need to do to disable the trap. So this is going to be quite a significant prototype. I'm expecting 10, maybe 15 hours of work, probably, at the moment. Maybe 20. But that's okay. Because from the original prototype, we already have something that is pretty solid in terms of core gameplay loop. So I'm happy to take the risk of spending a little bit more time on some extra features. So we have identified traps along the route of the player. We've found ways of disabling them with this. And that's it. Well, create a win and lose condition. Well, no, let's not create a win and lose. Let's create UI functionality for showing if the player, if the adventurer has reached their goal. That's basically it. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tasks. This seems promising. This seems promising for the amount of work. Yes, agreed. So what I'll do, and this is something that we can kind of like do a little topic about, which is about how to estimate tasks. Now, most people will automatically say, I need to, by the way, change my activity. We're no longer playing Orson Stack 3. How to estimate tasks properly. Because that is a very important skill that everyone should learn. How to properly estimate tasks. Because this is not as easy as it sounds. Not at all. And I'll show you why. So, what most people tend to do is, let's make a little page about it. How to estimate tasks properly. What most people tend to do, task A will take me 3 hours. Now there's a reason, there's a snarky reason why I've put that emoji there, but and what most people say is, well, I think it's going to take me 3 hours because I've got the experience, or because of A, B, and C reasons, or whatever, right? They'll have some kind of justification as to why they think it's 3 hours. I can tell you with about 80% certainty, I'm pretty confident, 85% certainty, that you will take longer than 3 hours to do the work. Because what's beautiful about saying that it'll take you 3 hours to do the work is that, what does that mean? What does anything mean? Because if I make a table here real quick and I say time and work, and I just expand this a little bit. Now this is in a bit of a professional setting, but that's fine. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, you start work on task A, right? From 9 to 10. So you spent 1 hour so far. Spent 1 out of 3 hours. Then from 10 to 10:30, you have a meeting. Attend a meeting. Then from 10:30 till 11, continue on task A. Spent 1.5 hours out of 3. Then from 11 to 11:15, and people always laugh at me for this one, have coffee / tea / smoke break with colleagues. And everyone always tells me, that only takes me like 2 or 3 minutes. It's not that much time. And every single time I'll tell them, you do spend 15 minutes doing this. And that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not as shorty as you think, right? So then from 11:15 until 12, continue on task A. Let's make it 12:15 because easy math. So at that point, you've spent 2.5 hours out of 3. Right? So you're almost done. You're almost done. Yeah, and this is of course a specific schedule because we're looking at the past, right? We're looking at what has already happened. So obviously, at the start of the day, your schedule shouldn't look like this, I hope. But we're looking in the past, so that's kind of why it's so specific. So then from 12:15 until 13:15 until 1:15, you have lunch because every person needs lunch. And then from 13:15 until 14:15, so 2:15. Actually, that's too long. Until 13:45, you finish task A. And we're going to skip this song, by the way, because I've already listened to most of it, but there we go. So now you've spent 3 hours. In total. But, can I type below this, please? Oops. Well, Jesus. Task A will take me 3 hours. But here's the question. Did task A take you 3 hours, or 1, 2, 3, 4, just not 4. No, actually, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, nearly 5. 4 hours and 45 minutes. minutes to complete. What is it? And so here you see that the use of an absolute timescale when estimating tasks quickly leads to trouble because it's so absolute, right? And so that's something you want to avoid. So without going super into detail and going on like a super high level tangent here, that is just completely not relevant at the moment, we should look at relative estimating. So what do I mean with that? I mean, if task A is X amount of work, task B is X amount of work, is Y amount of work. Right? So putting it into context, you have something like t-shirt sizing, which says something like task A is an M-size t-shirt, right? Because we can kind of like relatively in our brain, we can figure out, okay, what does that look like? And if we know this, and we know the work of task B, then we can say, all right, task B in that case is an XL size shirt, right? So we're no longer looking at how many hours will this take me. We're looking at how much work is there, which is much more important, especially when you're working with bigger teams. So we're going to do the same thing for this, which again, it won't give us a lot of clarity about necessarily how long we'll need to complete the work, and that's okay. But it will give us an idea of how big each individual ticket is. And if we pick up one ticket and we complete it, and we say, all right, this ticket took us 3 days to complete, right? Translating back to the absolute timescale, then we can extrapolate that number onto all the different tasks and have a rough idea, based on real data, how long the rest is going to take us, which is super useful. So that's a short game dev topic about how to properly estimate tasks. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's see. Let's also skip this song. Not a fan. There we go. Okay, so this one. We can't do custom fields because I'm using a free plan. But we can say... actually, can we do custom fields? Maybe there isn't a way to do it, but I don't know anymore. So it's okay. Anyway, size of this one. Design a basic level in which the player needs to find the adventure. So if we're doing t-shirt sizing, I think this is an M. I think this is a medium-sized task. And if that's a medium-sized task, I think this one, because I'm not very proficient in AI programming, I think this is a large task, right? Create a route spline that can be placed in the level to indicate the route of the adventure. So I think I haven't used splines very much, but from what I have used, they're not too difficult to use. So we'll put this at an M as well. Create voice lines. This is an S. This is a super easy one because I've got the microphone, I've got the software. This is pretty easy. Implement AI functionality for playing the sound cues of where the adventure is going. Yeah. So again, not a lot of experience with it with AI, so we'll put it at L. Develop flame pit trap. I don't think this will take me very long. So size-wise, I'm going to put this at an S, and that means if this is an S, then actually this one is an extra small. Create trap hints to allow the player to figure out what they need to do to disable the trap. This as well, size is an XS. I've done a lot of UI programming in the past, so that should be really easy. Create UI functionality for showing if the adventurer has reached their goal. Again, size is an extra small. This is super easy. So there you go. That's, for me, the way to estimate my tasks. I love doing it this way because it gives me a lot of confidence in my estimations, especially because my reference point for the estimation is basically every other task. And so if someone looked at this and said, wait a minute, why do you think that designing a basic level is only a medium-sized task? I actually think it's a larger one. And then I can say, well, why? And then they'll tell me why they think that, and then we can have the discussion and, if need be, increase the size. When you do that with hours, is just based on how fast someone is on their own, and that is not a very productive way of discussing estimates. So another benefit of doing it relatively. Anyway, let's see. Which one do we do first? The level. Must be the level. And I think I'm going to keep this really simple. Let's go into this. And then let's find ourselves mansion layouts. Here we go. We have a level design. Yeah. We have a level design. Is this even one with 2 floors? Nice. This is one with 2 floors. Very good. Open image in new tab. Wow. Now, this is a bit extensive. I don't think we need this much per se. But this is a very good start, if you ask me. Especially because it's got like different passages and stuff. It's got quite a few nice small corridors. We could allow the player, not the player, the adventurer to go to multiple different places, right? So they first would go to the chairman's room, and then from there they'd go up the stairs to the great room, and from the great room they go to the housekeeper's apartments, I guess, and they'll find there what they need, and they'll leave through. They only have through the magistrate's entrance, right? There you go. Right, that could be a nice way to do this. So let's, for the sake of our design, we can actually, in green, we can pen it on here. We can say, actually, they'll enter through the magistrate's entrance, like this. Then they'll go here, through here, to the committee clerk's office. And from there, they'll go up the stairs. And on top of the stairs, they'll go towards the great room. And then from the great room, they'll go through anteroom to the landing to the housekeeper's aparts. And from there, they'll go back towards the stairs over here. They'll come down and leave through the main door. There you go. Jink. There we go. Some nice arrows that'll kind of show us where we're going. There we go. And like I'm saying, this is, in my opinion, the way you do most tasks whilst you're prototyping. Quick and dirty. Not putting in a whole lot of effort. Well, I mean, you're still putting in a lot of effort, but not wasting a lot of effort on polishing something that might just not be that good, right? Which is totally fine. Oh, bollocks. There we go. So, yeah. Please save yourself the effort. So now we've got ourselves a level design. Now we've got that level design. We need something very simple. We need that level. And so what I'll use this as my prototype level still. So if we just go into maps. Oh, I had to call it prototype level. Back. Excellent. And then what I'd like to do is make a duplication called mansion level. Like that. Save selected. because then we basically keep all the settings in this level, but we take out most of this stuff. Actually, I might be able to reuse a lot of this. Let's grab Notion. Oh, actually, no. Oops. Where is it? This one. And then let's do this one. This might be a sin. I don't know. I have no idea. Alright. So this roughly gives us a size. Jesus Christ. Okay. I don't think I need this much, to be honest. I think I can do that. Right? There we go. Now, if this isn't proper multitasking, I don't know what is. Okay, so traps. You guys can leave for now. We don't... Oh, shit. We don't need you at the moment. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. There we go. Alright. So we've got everything. Okay, very good. Now, next thing we need is, let's see. So let's start with the stairs right here at the front. I know that inside of geometry there is stairs. Now, in terms of how many steps we need, I think we only need 4. Step width can be 300. Step height can be 10. Step length can be 50. There we go. They're nice grand stairs now. Right? Something like this. There we go. And I think let's just make it just as high as one of these. So that it's really easy to deal with. Yeah. So in terms of step height, oh, where did it go? Why is it going into a weird mode? There we go. Step height 30. That's too much. 25. 25 works. Alright, what we'll actually do then is we'll actually move this stuff like that, and we can actually size this in quite significantly. There we go. Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll grab another one of this, like that, and we'll just size this in a lot. There we go. There we go. It's okay if they clip. It's not that big of a deal. There we go. And we'll just move this down a bit. So then instead what we'll do is we'll grab this one. And we'll move it down. Yeah. And then we just need to increase the size of the nav mesh. There we go. And then that shows us there's something wrong. What's wrong with it? If I would place it here. Oops. Like that. And then player spawn. Let's see what happens. Look at him go. Look at him go. Excellent. Just excellent. Cool, so that works, even though it shows kind of funky nav meshing going on. But that might just slightly be because of... Let's make this 40. Oh no, that's length. I meant height. Let's make height 15. Yeah, it's still a little funky, but alright, this is way too much polish. Don't do what I do. Don't polish like I just did. Alright, so that means that for the rest we have a mansion, right? We've got nice big walls. Let's increase the size of our walls. Like so. Like so. Okay. So we've got that. Then we'll make a half wall for the sake of, you know, differentiating a little bit. Something like that. Again, we're not looking for something that is super duper pretty. We're looking for function. There we go. Alright, so just like that, we'll copy all these over. We'll move them here, and we'll just move it all like that. Like so. Okay, okay, alright. So that is the front of this mansion done. Then to make this a little easier, let's delete whichever ones we can here. Oops, I deleted something. There we go. I deleted the nav mesh apparently. I feel like it's going to happen a few more times tonight. Okay. Also timing this, we started about 10 minutes ago, so let's see how long this medium-sized task is going to take us. Actually, we started a little longer. I think it was 15 minutes ago. All right. Very good. So once we've deleted all this old, it's not geometry, it's like just basic cubes. There we go. Once we've deleted those, we can quickly lay out our rooms and such. So on the rotation, let's do that. There we go. And then another one. And then one more. That's kind of like the size of that corridor there at the bottom. And then what we need to do is we need to add these walls to here. We'll think about doors and everything in a moment. And we'll just, let's see. So this one specifically, let's get this one turned out like that. And then just a few more. Yeah. There we go. And let's just grab the nav mesh, increase the size all the way to its width. Yeah. There we go. And then this one we can slightly decrease in size and do that. There we go. That kind of works, right? That kind of like shows this little increase in size there. Then we can grab all these. I'm just doing the outsides now. There we go. I'm ignoring this little jump here because there's no point. It's too much polish. Something that players will never see in this first prototype, so what's the point? Cool. Then a horizontal wall, like so. And then Okay. Then we need to pull one out. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then we have the nice little rounding here at the back. I think it's a little too much. Nope, it was right. Cool. And then we have the same 3 panels there at the other side. Nice. That somehow this is working out. I was totally expecting me to run out of room already. But apparently not, so very good. Alright, so we've got the walls on the other side there. We need this one over here because, again, we have that same little jump. And then for these walls, we need to place them here, as well as here. Yeah. So we'll slightly move these back. There we go. To not create too much of a difference between the 2 sides. There we go. Alright, excellent. Okay, and then we just need to make the extra room here on this side. So now we've got both the front rooms. We've got the grand jury room, and we have the committee room and second court room. Right? This is apparently some kind of courthouse, but, you know, that doesn't matter. Point is, it's now a mansion. And with this, we need 2 curved stairs. Yeah, let's do that first. 2 curved stairs. So place actors. Actually, with curved stairs and spiral stairs. Let's do spiral stairs. Actually, no, we don't. We can't. We need to do curved stairs. There we go. Let's turn it into right orientation. Like that. And then we'll increase the amount of steps. Number of steps, 20. Inner radius 200 is fine. Angle of curve 90 is also fine. I need the step height to be reduced. There we go. With 500, that works. And then what we actually might want to do, as opposed to the original layout here, what we're doing, because my layout is a little smaller, we'll just do this, and then we'll say minus 90. Oh, that doesn't work. Counterclockwise. There we go. There we go. That's 2 nice stairs. 2 nice stairs that are leading up. Come on. No, I don't want the nav mesh. Stop it with selecting the nav mesh. There we go. Actually, that was already nicely in the middle. Yep. Is it high enough? Oh, that's even high enough. Jesus. How are we doing this? How is this working out so well at the moment? Because now, if I'm right about this, and this actually introduces a little bit of a lighting workload, but if I'm right about this, and I take one of these panels, and I flip it, and I place it over here, like this, right? And I place this guy on top of here. Is that roughly on top of there? Yep, that's on top there. And if I then press play, that means that our character should go up the stairs now. Off he goes. Through the corridor. Come on, buddy. Go faster. Oops, I'm getting slightly stuck on the steps myself. Yes! Look at our little guy go. He's made it! Yay! Very good. Oh, and apparently this isn't to introduce... it does introduce shadows, but I can disable that. I can disable these guys to introduce shadows. Do not cast a shadow, please. There we go. That means that I... Actually, I should do that for all of these now that I think of it. We don't need accurate lighting. The only thing we need is to not have shadows. Very good. No, we removed the lighting workload. Okay, so for this one, let's increase the size a bit. Let's see how far we need to increase it to make this happen. Yeah, that kind of works. Let's try and make this as much one platform to not make it too finicky, right? All right, then over here the same deal. How high up is this? This is a little high up. Can we slightly reduce the size of these, or the height of these? Like that? Yeah, that kind of works. That kind of works. Very good. Okay. Then the only other thing I need to do is just grab this guy, move him into the middle here, but then decrease his size significantly. So just place him at the front here. I can actually decrease him even more. I want more overview. Oh, wow. I am just as surprised as anyone else that is watching that this is working out the way it is. Like, legitimately, I wish I had planned this out. I wish that was the excuse, but nope. This is just dumb luck at the moment, which is the best kind of luck, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. It's a little fucked in terms of positioning, but that's fine. That's fine. Doesn't matter. It's polished. Doesn't matter. Alright, so we've got ourselves a very basic mansion looking thing. The only thing at the moment that we're missing, because the upper floor has the same wall structure as the bottom floor. So what we can do is grab all of these and just pull it up in a second. Is it that easy? Yep. It is 100% that easy. Okay. There we go. And then just, do we need the... No, we don't need the same intervals, so we can just pull this up. There you go. Unreal loved that. Unreal loved every second of that. Cool. Mansion. We're almost there. It is still so hot outside at the moment. Jesus Christ. It's like I'm doing a workout. My God. Okay. Alright. So, based on the layouts, we need a few things downstairs. Oh, one thing we need to change. Project settings. Exposure. Turn off auto exposure. I ain't doing that shit. So now, when I go and fly below stuff, the lighting won't try to automatically adjust, which is super annoying. So, which is super nice now. When it tries to automatically adjust, really annoying. Really annoying when you're trying to do stuff in editor. Cool. So we've got that. Bottom floor. What are we missing in terms of layout? We're missing a set of rooms on this side. So let's pull this out like that. Make it nice and big. There we go. Same thing goes for the other side. Like so. Like that. And then something else we're missing is a back room, basically. So I might just even be able to just do this. Here we go. Like that. Ish. Maybe a little back. Right, something like that. Yeah, how hot is it there right now? Because, God, it is unbearable. It is really not fun. Okay, so we've got a back room now, which in the middle we'll do something nice and simple. With a nice little window or something. Cool. It's cooling down outside, but it's still 28 Celsius inside. Nice, yeah. So at the moment outside, I have 32. Fuck me. Actually, is that still the case? That was an hour ago. Hold on. Oh, it's 28 outside now. Okay, and I have no idea what it is inside. Inside's probably similar, I reckon. It is probably very similar. Very similar, not simpler. Jesus. That'd be strange. Hold on, let me just check something. I got a strange message. Oh, right. Oh, right. Jesus Christ. Okay, I got so confused for a second. Right. Okay, that was interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, let's see, that is too much, at least for here, because we normally do not have air conditioning. Yeah, we also don't have, well, at least I don't have air conditioning either. But yeah, they say it's currently like a heat wave. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with the climate. Right? It's totally fine. There's nothing wrong here. This is a nice song. I like it. It's good. It's a nice, happy bop. Yeah, oh man, 28 degrees is just... it is normal that Loire River in France stress happens every year. Happened 100 years ago. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally nothing wrong with it. Oh man. It's totally normal that we have huge ass forest fires and everything like that. Not a problem whatsoever. Okay. Alright. So we've got the back room. We've got the hall with the stairs. We've got the entranceway. We've got the two large rooms on the bottom floor. We have these rooms on the sides. The only thing we don't have is stairs. Right, the other two stairs that we're gonna... Well, the other one stairs that we're going to use, basically. And something else that I just realized, which we totally need to do. Because I can already see this happening. We're going to grab a normal box, and we're going to say... Nope, where is it? We're going to say that this box is subtractive. And so what that means is that on the Y, if we put it on 1000, it means it's going to cut through other geometry. Only BSBs. It won't work on anything else you have. And basically what this means is that in this case, if the player were to fall down here and get stuck, they can just leave. Basically. That's the idea. I will actually enter the Z. We'll make this 300. Not 3,000, 300. There we go. It doesn't mess with the steps. Whoa, just a little bit. Hold on. 280. There we go. Doesn't mess with the steps, but gives enough headspace. Aliens Fireteam Elite was pretty good. Definitely not better than the reviews made it look. Okay, alright. That's good to hear. I haven't played it. Would you recommend it to other people as well? Okay, so we fixed the problem of players getting stuck there, which is great. I should have used BSPs for everything, but actually I think I can convert it to BSPs, can't I? If I just grab all of these. And I right click and I say, I think it's only the other way around, isn't it? Unless it's only for one actor at a time. No, I can't turn this into BSPs, but I think the other way I can. Yeah, pretty sure there's a way to turn this into a mesh, but anyway. Let's see. I just completed the campaign. I did have crash and network drops. Service constant action. It's service constant action and a forgettable story, right? Okay. Fun game. Let's say 8 out of 10. Okay, I mean that's pretty good. 8 out of 10 is pretty good. That's a pretty high rating. That's really not that bad. Oh, hold on. Oh no, yeah, no, that's normal actually. Yeah. Okay, so what else do we need? We need a doorway here between these two. Like so. Which creates the little stairs room. Oops. Let's do that. Oh, for those that are wondering, I'm basically duplicating all these shapes by holding Alt when I move them. That's the secret. Cool. We have our stairs room, which is actually, yeah, it's a closed off room. And so inside of this, we will have spiral stairs like that, and we'll turn it around a little like this, and a little down. There we go. And then what I'd like to do, step thickness can go down to 20 because we definitely don't need that. Inner radius can be 150. Yep, that's roughly fine. Like so. And then right, number of steps per 360. We can make this less. We can make this 8. Actually, no, we need to make it more. 24. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. And then number of steps 24. Oh, that almost works. 25. 25. Yeah, I think that would roughly work if I were to cut a hole in it up here. Which, again, let's delete this and let's place an actor called a box. Thickness on the Z, 25. Is that roughly right? That's roughly right. Let's place it down here. And then on the Y, 10,000. No, that's way too much. 3K. Actually, for the width, only 1,000 I think is required. A little more. 1,200. There we go. And then on the X, we do actually need like 5,000. 5,000 is a little too much. 3,500. That seems to be getting a little closer. Yeah, that roughly works. If we make it 3,300, I think we're good. Yeah, would you look at that? Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll do the exact same for the other side. Because I'm expecting us to need to cut holes into the floor there as well. So there we go. And then just like that. Is that enough? That's a little too much even. There we go. That's fine. Alright, excellent. Okay, now we need to grab another one of those boxes. Maybe the size of our level is a little large, but that's okay. Hey, Stardock, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Yeah, I really appreciate that. All right, so let's have a look. There we go. But then we just need it here. And then perhaps a little more. Yeah, potentially a little more. Also a little higher. We're cutting off too much of the stairs. There we go. Right, so on the Y, let's make it 400. And on the X, also 400. Let's see if that's too much or not. Ooh, almost. Almost. On the Y, we need a little more. We need 550? Something like that? Yeah. Yeah, that works. In terms of pathfinding, that works. So let's see what happens when we place our goal right here at the top. Right here like this, right? Also, it's Stradoc. Sorry, not Stardock. I should read. I should read more. Alright, where are you going? Where are you going, adventurer boy? Please go the right route and take the right stairs. Don't take the big stairs. Take the small stairs, which I think you are. No! Damn it! You're going up the wrong stairs. I mean, it is kind of cute how he's bobbing up the stairs. It is a little cute. Alright, so the only way we're going to be able to fix that is if we put it over here somewhere. I reckon. Something like that. And then what I'd like to do, just inside of blueprints and inside of our AI, our main character, let's up his movement speed a little bit, just for testing purposes. Max walk speed. Let's make this 450. It is very cute, isn't it? That's not going faster. Hold on. Am I changing the right thing? Oh, that's crouched. Let's make this 300. That should over double it. Oh, look at him go. He's speeding. Alright, where's he going? Yes! Get up those stairs. Yes! Oh, we get stuck, but there we go. Excellent. Very good. So he does use the stairs properly. That's very awesome. Now the only thing I'd like to do is just do this, but then decrease its size on the X to 300, and the size on the Y to only 300. And then we can just move this over here. Actually, let's do that. And then on the X, we can do like, I don't know, 600. Double it. Even more. 700. Yeah, that roughly works. Alright, cool. We have made an extra stairway for ourselves, but also for the adventurer, right? That's the idea. Okay, so that stairways is done. And the more of this stuff we set up, the easier it's gonna... oh, the screen is black. Oh no. Is it really? Let me have a look-see. Hold on. If I do this, and then this again? Does that fix it for you? I hope that fixes it for you. Can anyone else also confirm that the screen's black? Am I even still here? Can anyone still hear me? I love technical issues. They're the best. Okay, okay. Alright. Stardock, try to refresh your window. Try your Chrome or your whatever browser you're using. Perhaps that'll help. I hope that helps. Also, I'm not quite happy with this yet. Alright, awesome. Alright, that's good to hear. So what I wanted to do for this one real quick, I think I want to make this 21. There we go. That just increases how well it kind of like applies. There we go. Alright, excellent. Okay, so that's that one done. And I think that's on this side, even though the layout shows more stairs. I think that's the only stairs we'll keep for now. Because, again, it's a prototype. It's very quick stuff. We don't need to polish too much. Okay, then the only other thing I need to do is, again, make another door here. Like so. Yeah, this might actually just be the way to create this door. There we go. Right, that's another door. So that goes into the committee clerk's office, which will make something else, but you know, that's what it is. Then on the bottom side of this place, there is another room here, which the player can enter, and so can the adventurer. But they're actually never going to come here, so let's not spend too much time here. We will have the player potentially coming here to find items, though, so it might still be important. Okay. So something like this, maybe. Oh, that's a little too curved. A little too much rotation there. Okay. Let's pull this back a little and push it up against this. And then decrease its size there. Increase it slightly. There we go. Alright. Same on the other side. Because uniformity is speed. And that's all we need at the moment. Yep, that kind of works. And then we'll take these two. We'll copy them. And then we'll paste them. We'll move them here. Whoa, that almost worked perfectly. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of fine. Cool, so that's those corridors made, which are perfect candidates for traps as well. Okay. What else do we need at the moment? So we've got that. I suppose we need the extra stairs on the other side. So we need this one, and this one, and that one. And then we can just copy and paste them here. Does that roughly work? We can slightly move these walls, right? That's totally something we can do, right? Yeah, I think that's something we can do. I'm really loving the progress, guys. Yeah, I think this is going super well. All right, so then this one, oops, this one, oops, hold on, this one, and this one. Let's rotate you guys to be more like this, right? And then here, what do we need to do actually? Oh, here we go. Yeah, that works. All we need to do now is just block this off. Right? We don't need to populate every room right now. Even though what we can do, of course, is the usual sneaky little trick that we've been applying for a little while now, which is this. There we go. Now it's an extra room. Excellent. Okay. So we've got 2 rooms. We've got 2 rooms. Let's block this off, though, because we don't need that much dead space. That's just going to be a place where players are going to get lost or stuck. Whatever players do nowadays. Alright. There we go. Alright. Then we just need doors into these rooms, which there's only one. Which again we can do through a nice and simple trick. Architects hate this one simple trick to create doors. There we go. Both cases you can enter. Alright, so... oh, the only thing we're missing is the magistrate's entrance, which is where the player actually starts. The adventure actually starts. So let's do that by doing this and creating space for a door. And then the only thing we do need in this case is a top thing, like that. Yep. And then we'll put this here. Like this, right? Because that's where the adventure is starting in our case. Then they're gonna go here. They're gonna go into the main hall, which has a few pillars, which we need to make. We don't have those pillars right now, so we'll grab these cylinder, and we'll make it less than this. We'll make it 50. There we go. And on the Z, we'll make it, I think 1,000 should be enough. That's way too much. 500. Yeah, 500 is more than enough. So we'll place them like this. And like this, which creates a little bit of interest. There we go. Some nice pillars. Yep. And then ideally what I'd like to do is actually make this a little bigger. A little less big than that, actually. And then just pull it back a little. Even more. Just like that. Just so we have a little bit of extra space to place some more pillars, which can introduce interesting mechanics later on. So one like that. We don't want it to block out any of the access to the doors. And one like that. Excellent. Prototyping. Prototyping works the best. Okay, something I have been seeing is how much space there is around some of these items. So I just want to check what we can do for that. Navigation. No, I don't think there is. Or at least not something we can easily do. Which is okay. Yeah, okay. Alright, that's okay then. Alright, so we got ourselves some pillars. So, Adventurer Dave is going to go past the pillars. He's going to go into the committee clerk's office here to find something. Which, let's make this room a little smaller. Oops. Like that. Yep. He's going to go into here. And then from here, he's going to turn around. And he's going to go over to the stairs. Go to the top. Go around. Towards the great room. We haven't done the great room yet. Let's grab all of these pieces. Because that is the great thing about the great room. It is pretty simple to make. There we go. Partially thanks to the very nicely designed layouts that we found online. Which is apparently like a courthouse or something in the UK. Let's do that. And let's do that. And then, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're not sticking exactly to the layout that we have here, but that's okay. It's okay. Again, we're trying to keep things simple. If we're gonna design a proper level, then we'll do that then, right? Nice tight corridor for nice traps. And then on this side, we'll actually make a, oops, we'll make a nice entranceway. Like that. And we actually won't have an entranceway here. Right? So Dave's going to come into the great room like this. He's going to find whatever he's looking for. Looking fancy, my lord. Thanks. Appreciate it. I do look very fancy indeed. That is true. Dave is then going to exit through this hallway here, potentially get murdered. He's then going to go, let's see, he's then going to go past, going to go across the landing, which is where we are now. And then he's going to go down these stairs and exit through the main door. That's what we're doing now, right? Yeah. So then the only thing we need to do is we need to make the landing bit, right? Like that. And then we'll actually do this. Mainly because it saves us a little bit of time. There we go. Yeah, we can do like a bigger, like a little bit of a room here, right? That's totally fine. That is totally fine. There we go. Look at that. All right, we've got a room. Very good. This door is a little thin. There we go. All right. Good. Very good. So we have all the parts for Dave. What we don't have is the rest of the layout of this mansion. And that's mostly okay. I just need to make some quick layouts here for our player, right? Because our player is going to go to different places than Dave is going, and that's okay, because that's what we want them to do. Because the player is going to look for items to disable the traps that Dave is inevitably going to run into, because Dave is a bit dense, if you will. Dense Dave is what his friends call him. Yeah. Dense Dave. Oh, man. This is going to be a great game. I can feel it. Alright. There we go. Same goes on this side. Making it nice and uniform, because that's what building layouts are supposed to be. There we go. So, it's not uniform at all, but it's a prototype. It's fine. Alright, so we'll actually also make a door here now that I think about it. There we go. Yeah. Yep, something like that. It's not like that. There we go. Cool. Good. Alright, so we've got an extra door there. Excellent. So we've got that part figured out. Then it is just a matter of actually blocking this off a little bit. Let's flip this round. And then move this like that. And that's almost right. We just need this a little more open. Okay, very good. Very good. Cool. Room blocked off with a nice little door, and we'll leave that somewhat semi-open. Yep. Yep. I think that works. I think we can all agree that works, right? For a prototype. At least I think so. Because now, if we were to put the goal for Dave over here, I wonder how Dave would run. Show us, Dave. Where are you going? Oh, he's going up here. Oh, Dave, you cheeky bugger. Where is he going? Nice. Yeah, this works. Cool. The only thing I want to change is just the fact that it's not a BSB at the moment, which really annoys me. Don't pay attention to the flickering. Ooh, that even roughly works. Jesus. Yeah, I need a slight bit more. I need like 1550. Nope, I need 1600. Yeah, and then on the Y I need 1300. I need 1400. There you go. Excellent. Alright. Now we have all the walkable floors the same material, which means that it's very clear what's walkable and what's not. Obviously these pillars are not, but that's their shape language that's already conveying that, so that should be okay. Cool. So, we have our level layout done. So that means that we took... Oops. Let's see. We took roughly an hour to do what we thought was a medium-sized task. Boom, it's done. There we go. We even got a nice little bird thing there. Cool. So what is something small that we can do right now within the next 20 minutes? Creating UI functionality for showing that the adventurers reached their goal. We could totally do that. We could totally do that. That is super easy. That is so easy. I reckon we can do it in 10 minutes even. Level functionality. Adventure destination. We don't need this anymore. There we go. Inside of this blueprint, we need, attached to the default scene route, we need a sphere collision. Actually, box would be better. Box collision called box collision. Then instead of the viewports, we can make this like that. And like that. Excellent. And then we need to quickly go into the traps, specifically this one. And then we just need to quickly check what happens again. Yeah, so the tag is adventurer. I can basically copy this actually. Because what we're going to do, we're going to go into the event graph. We're going to click our box collision and we're going to say on begin overlap. We check if the other actor that's overlapping is the adventurer. If it is, grab this one, grab the game instance, get the player controller. Actually, no, I don't need to get the player controller. I can just do it straight into UI. Get UI. And then inside of the UI, we just need to grab this one. We need to copy paste it. We need to put in the exact same spot. But instead, we need the text to be green. And say the adventurer has found their goal. And then let's place this nicely in the middle, roughly. Yep, somewhere like that. Roughly. It's a little too much. Yeah. Something like that. But this is standard hidden. Visibility hidden. Yes, very good. Cool. Then we need to actually name this something else. Adventure has finished. Very cool. And so then in here we say set visibility. Actually, no. Get adventurer has died. From that we say set visibility to nope. Get adventurer has finished is the right one. And this is something that we need to set to true. And then to keep it super duper simple, do we want to have resetting already in here? No, probably not. I think all we need to do right now, just to keep it a little manageable, is just add a 5-second delay and just say set visibility and then move back to hidden again. I just have a feeling in case of I don't know why I've added this necessarily. Just feels right. So now if we follow Cheeky Dave, he's gonna run up those stairs. Oh god, this song, Jesus Christ. So Dave's gonna make it. Yay! The adventurer has found their goal. It is the worst text color on this background, but it works. There you go. Let's also skip this song. There we go. So the only extra thing we need to do is add outline. Outline size 2. Outline color. Let's keep it a similar kind of green, but something a little darker. And outline size actually, oh, that's way too much. 10, no, 5, it's even too much, 3. 3 should be good. Cool. So that is the extra small task done. So that was 5 minutes. Excellent. Very good. And this was obviously the extra small task, which was the really easy one. 15 minutes left. What else could we do? I think what we'll do, because I think all of these tasks are too large to pick up in 15 minutes, without stressing the fuck out. So, with that in mind, let's dive into some Reddit questions, or your questions. If there's anyone in chat that has questions about game development or about AAA game development specifically, like professional career questions, stuff like that, ask away. I'm happy to answer questions. So let's save all this. Also, big applause for everybody for such a productive dev session. That was really, really solid. I really enjoyed that. That was really, really good. Nope, we don't need this. We don't need that. What we do need is Reddit. If it's gonna load. Come on, Reddit. Yeah, okay, let's have a look. So, we'll go on to r/indie dev. and we're gonna answer some questions. Mm, 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 mm. It's a good song. I like it. Alright, can we find a question-based post so we can find the tag or the flare and we can... Oh, there's really not a lot of questions posted on this one, is there? Okay, let's go to game dev. Arsenal's game dev. And we'll answer questions there. There's definitely lots of questions here. I don't think I'm allowed to comment at the moment, but we'll find out. Question. Let's see. Mapping a truly 3D space. I have no idea. I know very little about vector math. I'm interested in getting into game development, 3D graphics engines. Could you suggest some fat, knowledge-packed textbooks on game development 3D graphics? No. Well, yeah, there is actually quite a... There's actually a few amount of fat textbooks. Hold on. What? Very smooth. So this is not specifically about C++, which is what this guy's asking for. But this is a fat textbook, which is The Art of Game Design by Jesse Schell, which I've never finished it. I've always started it like 2 or 3 times already, and I've gotten to like chapter 6, which is about halfway through the book, and then I'm like, oh man, this gives me such great ideas. I should make stuff. So, you know, it's a hard one to get through from that perspective, but it is a very, very good one. If you want to learn more about game design, definitely this one is a big recommendation. The Art of Game Design by Jesse Schell. Excellent book. So I haven't answered his question, but I thought of it, so there you go. Are games with good graphics easier to market? Yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are. But easier to market does not mean easier to sell, or that, you know, you'll sell a lot of them. That it's definitely not. Or even more so, games with better graphics or with good graphics, 9 out of 10 times aren't good games. I'll die by that opinion. When we're looking at the indie market specifically, when we're looking at AAA, it's a bit different. But when we're looking at the indie market, 9 out of 10 times, beautiful games on the indie market are not very good, especially if you find them on Reddit. They're not very good. Because most of the time they'll have like 90% of their time spent on making good-looking art, and like 10% spent on the rest, which, you know, creates problems. So there's that. So that's that question answered. If anyone in chat has questions, ask away. When making a 3D game, and I am making all of the maps for my materials, aka normal map, reflection map, metalness map, etc., should I use PNG or JPEG, or does it make a difference at all? I have no idea. I don't know. I'm actually curious about the answer. I actually have no idea. If you're using Unreal Engine, the most common choose would be TGA. If you really need to choose between PNG and JPEG, PNG is better. As for the engine choice, I don't know if they support TGA, but TGA should always be your preferred choice when working with texture for games. Someone asked why. I agree with that question. Why is that? Okay. You heard it here first, everyone. Always try to use TGA for whatever reason. Free music making software that isn't Bosca Kiol. I don't know. I personally use Fruity Loops. I haven't used it in years, but that's what I used to use. Yeah, that's what I would suggest. It's, I mean, there is a very free version for it. I think, Jagu, you accidentally wrote a swear word that my bot has picked up on. I think if you separate the characters of the word, I think it works fine. I think you can still share it. Unity mobile devs. Oh, Reaper. Yes. Yes, Reaper is in fact a pretty good one. We're skipping this one. This sounds okay. Yeah, Reaper is also pretty good. That is true. Unity mobile devs. Time to migrate to Big Mama Unreal. Oh, it's not free. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we're skipping this one. We'll skip this one. Yeah, we'll skip this one. Skip this one. Looking for bops. Nope. 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 Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll take this. This is a bop. Yeah, I like this. Alright. To put it simply, I don't panic anymore when Unity console spits out a bunch of errors. It took years to be at peace with this devil. The pain is not the game, but all the other syntax shit that comes with optimization and publishing. The question is whether, as an indie without troop support, is it worth looking at a AAA game engine to develop mobile apps, just because Unity has no real future? Not the question I was expecting, to be honest. Does Unity not have a future? I don't know. Probably not, in my opinion. But that is only, and I'm basing this on nothing, but that is only because I'm expecting Unreal to, I'm expecting Epic in, I don't know, 6 months or a year from now to drop some hot-ass update on their 2D functionality. Mainly because they have been so hardcore focused on 3D for the release of Unreal Engine 5, of course, and their entire suite there. And I think over the past 3 or 4 years, they have made no updates, or minor updates, for Paper 2D, which is their 2D system. So I'm 100% expecting a team within Epic to currently be busy with doing a similar overhaul that they did from UE4 to UE5, but then for Paper 2D. Whether they're going to make it a standalone engine or, you know, as part of the Unreal Engine suite, which I think is what they'll do. If they do that, then Unity will definitely not have a future. Mainly because Epic has got just so much money behind it that it's almost becoming too big to fail. Don't quote me on that because nothing is really too big to fail, but you know, it's getting there. So that is why I think Unity has no real future. But like this guy's saying, Unity's been the premier engine for mobile game development, and this has been the case for a very long time, and I don't think it'll change for the next 5 years, unless Unreal publishes something as big as an update as I'm expecting. So, but the real question is it worth looking at a AAA game engine to develop mobile game apps just because Unity? Probably not. Well, actually, no, I'm changing my answer. Probably, yeah. If you feel like there's no future in Unity, find a different engine that you do feel like there is a future with. Yeah. An ad platform that did make a bit of Unity, yeah. Not surprised there. That is, I'm pretty sure that is like Unity's main income source. A competitor for that, yeah, for Ironworks, yeah. I haven't read about this yet, but that sounds mighty interesting. Oh shit, Jesus Christ. Especially because Unity would be expensive as balls to buy, so I don't know. 17 billion. Jesus Christ. My God. But then again, imagine that, right? Unity buying Ironworks, and then this competitor of Ironworks buying Unity. That is some kind of fucking move. My God. 17 billion? Pretty sure some studies were done to say that world hunger could be solved for a year if we spent like 6 billion on it. And of course this is a figurative study, but yeah. That means with that amount alone, we can nearly solve for 3 years. Right. It's like that. They're basically trying to mess up Ironworks. That's basically what they're trying to do. Which might cause Ironworks to take a big hit and become a lot cheaper to buy. 150 million penalty for that. My God. These numbers, man. These numbers. Crazy stuff. My dream job is to become a video game tester at a big gaming company like Rockstar, Ubisoft, Epic Games. So please advise. Okay. So I'm currently very engrossed in coding. I've been learning coding in both Python and JavaScript. I'm loving it. It's changed the way I think, making me even like math and puzzle. That's great. I think if I'm a calling life, that's really cool. Next year I'm going to enroll for a bachelor's degree in computer science. Okay, cool. Depending on your location, that's probably the best choice. So is what I'm currently doing useful and helpful for being a game tester? Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. That's really cool to see. So... Ooh. Would I find bugs in the code and go recode it? No. No, you won't. You'd be the guy finding the bug, writing down how the bug can be reproduced, if at all, which most of the time you can, and then continuing onwards and finding more stuff, more bugs. And then if someone else has made a fix, and if a programmer has made a fix for that bug, then you would have to regress it and verify if it's fixed or not. Would I play the game over and over and document every bug? Yes, you would. How much do junior game testers make? Not a lot. Probably the least in all positions. And is there a big demand for them? Not at all. There's way too many people that want to be game testers. Is there a certificate in this? Not that I know of. There's probably courses, like really small courses and stuff like that, but I don't think there's an actual like certificate or like diploma in game testing. Not as far as I know. What I'd highly recommend for this guy, what I recommend for this guy is to continue with his programming skills, and specifically focus on being the bug fix guy. So you have a lot of affinity with a lot of the different parts of a game. And then based on that, you'll automatically become the guy that people will go to, like, hey, we've got this difficult bug, can you take a look at it? So at that point, you would be the guy that takes the bug and goes to, recode it, if you will, to fix it. But that means that you're not playing the game over and over again and documenting every bug. So it's one or the other, I'm afraid. I haven't seen any positions for a mixed tester and programmer kind of role. I haven't seen that yet. So there's that. What would it take for executive match to finally raise? Yes, this is aimed at me. Yes, finally. Alright, what would it take for execs or managers to finally realize that creativity is what matters in making a game? I've recently watched a short video essay about how Elden Ring made tons of Western gamers mad, and it concluded that it's because how From Software managed to break the mold and be successful at it. This makes me wonder, if that kind of shakeup doesn't make execs or managers realize what is at fault with the Western game dev area, what would it take to finally loosen the shackles of formulaic game development and let the devs make what they want? Money. That is the only answer. Money. Yeah, and this first sentence. I think that the idea that Western gamers are mad about Elden Ring existing is a lot of exaggeration. Yeah, I think so too. I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure there's 3 guys that are super pissed off about it. Who have like morals and principles and stuff. But again, that's not the Western game dev area. But yeah, money. As soon as Blizzard stops making money with what they're doing, or as soon as Ubisoft stops making money with what they're doing, they'll change what they're doing. But as long as money can be made, and like a lot of it too, like we're not talking just breaking even here, we're talking a lot of money, then why change? If your objective is money, right? I think that makes complete sense. Like if I'm earning a ton of money with my day job, and but it's morally questionable. I mean, this is an interesting conversation actually, but and it's morally questionable. But my only objective is to earn a lot of money. Then why would I change to a more morally justified job that makes me less money? Right? That's kind of the comparison. If your only goal is money, which is a bit of a short-term view, but who knows? then you're gonna do everything to make money as easy as possible. That's it. That's the take. That's it. There is nothing else. There's nothing else. Because if you want to talk about formulaic, let's see AC Valhalla revenue. Let's find out if there's a number. CEO Yves Guillemot confirmed that the title's revenue had surpassed 1 billion as of December 2021. If we check development cost, which there will probably be a number for that as well, reports suggest that the game had a $200 million development budget. That means they had a revenue of about 400%. As of December 2021. We're now 8 months past that already. This game has probably had roughly a 400 to 600% revenue. So as long as that keeps happening, Ubisoft is going to continue making Assassin's Creeds. There is no other way to put this. So yeah, what would it take for executive managers to finally realize that creativity is what matters in making a game? Suffering huge financial losses. That is the only thing. That is the only thing. But on a positive note, there is still a lot of creativity. There is. Trust me, there absolutely is. It's just that the titles that fail spectacularly, and so they're very noticeable. And so it's easy to overgeneralize and say this is happening everywhere, right? So you know, that's just a lens, I guess. All right, one more question. Let's see. Is contacting YouTubers a good way to promote your indie game? No, not at all. Stop wasting your time. Should I continue with game development? My favorite question at the end of a night. So I've been doing game development for a while as a hobby, and lately I've gotten bored of it. I'm not sure if I should continue with it or try to do something else in programming. I think my biggest issue is no matter how small of a game or idea I try to make, it somehow ends up complicating it. Another issue. I'm not creative, so I mostly start creating game mechanics from games I enjoy, which usually ends up leading to the first issue. Anyways, I started using Unity a couple months ago, and I've taken a break for a month, and I'm not sure if I want to try learning again or learn something else. Any advice? Yeah, I mean, this first answer kind of has it, right? If you're not enjoying your hobby, pick something else. Simple. Oh, no. Where to start on my game making process? The game I have in mind is very story driven. Please don't. Has anyone had experience with Think Tank Training Center in Vancouver? I have not. Some of these are so weird. Yeah, when you're looking at creating a name for your game, unless there is a game that is named the exact same thing, don't worry about it. If there's a website that is named the same thing as your game, don't worry about it. They're two different things, and they are distinctly two different things. So there you go. That's that question answered. What else is in here? Does it matter if your game is 2D? I've recently been getting worried that my game will be unsuccessful because of it being a two-dimensional game. Excellent. What an excellent worry to have. It is 32-bit, but I still think it won't have many people playing it. Yes! Uncle Big Drew. You get an upvote from me, buddy. Yeah. Is it fun to play? That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Alright, can we find one more good question? Let's see. Developing a sports game. Aha. Okay, this is something we don't hear very often. Being a huge sports fan, it's been long in my it's been long in my dreams to develop a sports video game. I haven't developed any game since the mid-90s. Jesus. So I'm basically new to game development, but I have worked as a professional software developer for a bit over 13 years. So I do know pretty well how to write a computer program. Definitely not the same thing, but, you know, there are some overlaps. But my goal is to develop a simple sports game to play offline with my friends. Yeah. Okay, this is very technical, so I won't have a good answer, but looks like there are quite a few answers already. Okay, cool, they found their answer. Very good. Alright, okay. So that means, if I press this button, that means we've come to the end of our... Oh shit, my happy birthday thing is in the right place. There we go. That means we've come to the end of this stream. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for celebrating my birthday with me 2 days late because I was sick on my birthday. But I hope everyone had fun. I know I did. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. We made nice progress once again. And I look forward to the next stream. It'll be next week. So not this weekend, but the next weekend because this one's so close to the weekend. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll probably be able to get some nice functionality in. I'll make sure to do some learning on AI and splines during the week so that we can dive into stuff properly. So yeah, I think that's everything. I hope you have a great evening, morning, afternoon, night, and we'll see each other in the next one. So thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.
Begging and breathing.